Hey y'all, Jen here. Welcome back. Playing a little bit more Satisfactory this week. Just want to give you guys a quick update on how the Mega Factory is coming. I've spent quite a few hours building and collecting things and building and collecting things and collecting more things and unlocking things. Um, Most of it, honestly, though, is going back and forth and collecting foliage, foliage, collecting the foliage for my biomass burners to keep everything running. Lots of temporary structures have gone up, and it is not in any type of organization other than chaos. Um, so I think last week we had one biomass burner over here. We've upgraded a few. Got a little chaotic farm over here. This is right here. This is where all of my foliage goes. My foliage. It's that's a thing. We're calling it foliage now. The foliage goes into these containers and then comes through here, turns into biomass, and then biomass feeds into here, and we have our two constructors that are turning them into solid biofuel. And it seems as though I am out of foliage again. So we must collect more foliage. And I guarantee you, out of those 73 hours that I've played since the last video, which has been about a week, I would say probably about 70 of it has been spent collecting foliage back and forth. Let me climb up here and give you kind of like a quick tour of everything that I've done so far. Now keep in mind, it is disorganized, it is chaotic. This is just my temporary setup until I get more things unlocked and get permanent stuff going. Okay, so there's the hub. And right over here was our original 2 iron deposits where I did my plates and then my rods. Since then we've expanded. We have the copper line over there. We have an iron node that is going into constructors and then into assemblers and making like reinforced iron plates. And then we have this here is coming off of the back iron node right here, and that is strictly making rotors. I believe that's my rotor setup. Then over here is the line where all of my concrete comes through. There's my sink, my awesome sink. All my extras have splitters, overflow splitters that bring it all here and just eating it up as I don't need it. This is okay. Let's take a little trip over here really quick. So I have begun mining 2 separate coal deposits, and one is, if you look up here, you're going to see something off in the distance. This is my first permanent structure that I'm built. It is not finished yet, but it is in the works. And so way up here on this cliffside, you see these giant stacks on these platforms. Okay, that is my coal factory, but it's, like I said, it's not operational yet. It's not finished. That's why we're still using biomass burners over here. I'm still in the process of building it. I will take you guys up there and show you what that looks like. The other coal deposit that I have been using is way over here in this plateau area, and you have to go through a good bit of radiation, radiated particles and substances over there. So instead of trying to build a factory in there where I have to try to, navigate the radiation, I have just run really long conveyor belts that come all the way out and is bringing my coal here. This will eventually be like a cool looking dam to go just over the river, just because this is not a permanent setup. It's not going to be my steel factory for forever, but for now it's just a platform. I just stuck all my steel foundries on. It's got an iron, that last iron node over here that I wasn't using. I picked it up and have started running iron up here. And we have, let's see what we have up here. We have 3 constructors here making steel beams, which we're almost full of. This conveyor belt that I have disconnected at the moment, that actually runs to an assembler where the overflow from my concrete factory, my concrete line, is going into and making the reinforced steel beams, the concrete coated steel beams. I was running low on steel beams to make my Mach 3 conveyor belts, so I disconnected it to let that build up for a moment. Then we have a second foundry that is over here creating some steel pipes for me, which is backed up, I do see. So what we can do here, let's, instead of, let's fix this really quick. Let's make a second storage container. And instead of getting rid of it and making the industrial size, I don't have enough inventory space right now to hold all that, and it's going to go in boxes. And it really bothers me when you look at the top of the map and you have these crates everywhere. It's an eyesore, and I hate it. And this one over here is actually, I died trying to get to a quartz node. It's in the middle of like a gas, those tall things that produce toxic gas. It's in the middle of that. I died. I didn't have a lot in my inventory, so I said, we'll just leave it there. And then this one over here, I do believe that is where I died. No, I'm sorry. That was just overflow from building the factory up there, is what that is. So instead of having a crate that is going to be sitting here full, I'm just going to do this and let it run from the bottom container up into the top. And now my steel pipes are going again, which I could actually take some of this and go put it in my assembler. I have an assembler over here making some stators for my motors that I need to unlock the next tier. That's my blueprint. I will show you guys that in a moment. I was making blueprints to build my roads for truck depots. So I just have 2 random assemblers here so I can throw in these containers, whatever I need to make, and it spits it out the other end. This one is making stators, which obviously I still have plenty of pipe. Let's just fill that back up. And then I need cable. Is that correct? No, wire. Sorry, wire. Let me go grab some wire and throw in this other one so it can keep making stators. You just got to navigate the chaos here. The random belts that are just going everywhere. Let's follow this wire belt and figure out where all that's coming from. Okay, it's over here. That means this container is going to have my wire. Let's go to that. Take that back to my assembler. Again, this is temporary. I will tear all of this down and make a more permanent factory once I have everything unlocked that I want to unlock in order to build the things that I want. Okay, so now that's just going to make us some more stators. This one is making the motors. Which, do I have any stators over here ready? I do. Let's take these stators. Whoops. Gets stuck on the assembler. Right here, throw these stators in here. Oh, look, I still have some in my inventory too. All right, so how many motors did I need? 50? Oh, looky there. Got plenty. Let's go ahead and throw that in here. Motors. Let's throw some beams in there. Let's throw some of that copper. Now we're just going to, instead of running all the way back over there to my weird steel factory, we're just going to steal 500 out of here. Okay. And we will go ahead and send this off. Alright, and boom. Alright, pod is going.
Milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. The byproducts of oil refinement can be used after further processing, as seen in the refinery. Caution. This is a reminder
You
to
look like you're
minimize
having
the chance
trouble
of
there. What are you
expiration
doing?
during
Are you
out-of-base
going to hit the
activities.
elevator? Good Lord. All right, that's off. What is that? Oh, Jeremy. Jeremy? That's what that noise was. Why are you stuck in my assembling line? Jeremy, I'm going to need you to, like, vacate the premises, please. Don't look at me like that. Don't you stand up on your hind legs at me. You got yourself in the situation. Yeah, don't you shake your head at me. Yes, you did. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and need you to just skedaddle on that way, Jeremy. Or that way, whatever works. You know what? Let me help you. All right. I don't ghoul. I'm going to need you to go, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give you a little nudge there. Ew. Why your butt look like that when you stand up like that? Okay, moving on. Enough about Jeremy's butt. So let me climb up here again. So steel foundry, encased iron beams, and then of course we have our limestone node making concrete. Then we have this line here, which makes our rotors off of this iron node. And then this iron node is rods and screws. Then this iron node makes plates, only plates. And this iron node makes reinforced iron plates. And then that's our copper node making wire, cable, and copper sheets. Here's our two assemblers that are just randomly thrown out here. The hub, just an extra storage container because I have a bad habit of filling up my inventory. Another awesome sink that with a container that I can just throw stuff in. My awesome shop, my workshop. Then there's that chaotic biomass farm with the constructors. Again, I'm going to take you up here and show you the coal factory or coal power plant that I am currently building. Again, I just want to reiterate, it is not done, so it might look a little funky, but we will get there, okay? Um, Real quick before we head up there, though, let's look at, this is my blueprint generator, where I am currently making blueprints for the roads. The only thing I have left to unlock is the patterns that I want to put on the road. And then I will be able to start building those. Let's load a blueprint. Let me show you. All right, so this is the straight road section. So we just have it 2 foundations wide. I use a 4-meter foundation just because I think it looks better. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily have giant trucks hauling lots of inventory on a little tiny 1-meter foundation. And then we just have catwalks on this side, well, each side actually, and some street lights. Once I have enough points in my awesome shop, I'm going to go back and unlock the patterns and then draw my road lines. And then I will start building a transport line from each individual factory, which I don't have. I have a Caterium node that is actually just over here. That's where this conveyor belt is coming from. I don't have it hooked to power yet just because I don't have a lot of need for Caterium just yet. So I didn't want to draw too much power from my temporary farm over here. I also have a quartz node that is off in that direction that I don't have connected to power yet. But once I have these roads completed and I can easily use the blueprints to build roads and truck depots to them, we'll go ahead and do that. But yeah, so this is the chaos that we are currently working with. It's an eyesore. I'll say that. It is definitely an eyesore. but it will get better. It will get better. So let's go ahead and head on up to the coal factory. Also, I found an interesting glitch that I actually exploit a good bit. So if you have unlocked your parachute and you have your parachute equipped, I also have my blade runners equipped. But if you have your parachute equipped and you deploy your parachute while you're on an incline, it actually works on foundation ramps, and it also works on like terrain. So like if you're on the side of a hill and it's got like a slope and you deploy your parachute, you can actually use your parachute to glide up the incline. And it actually seems to go a little faster than running. So you just jump, deploy your parachute, and well, of course, the one moment I try to show you guys it's not going to work. So deploy your parachute, and then up the hill we go. We just ride the parachute right up the. Then I don't know why this works, but it does. It's faster than running, and then it just like ramps you up. It's very interesting. So like, look at this incline here. Let's see if we can do it on this incline. Yep, we can. Whee! It's like driving a car, and you just ramp up it. Okay, enough of that. So way over there, that's my space elevator. This is going to be another kind of like a dam again on top of this waterfall. Not finished. I know that. It looks like a hot mess, but we'll get there. Okay. So, welcome to the preliminary coal power plant. So, these are my water extractors. I actually have it set up so that there's three coal nodes here. Two of them have miners. Only one of them is connected at the moment. I have it set up so that when the Mach 3s are unlocked, I have enough generators up there that each miner will have enough, will be able to power 16 coal generators. Here is my water extractor farm. Is that what you'd call it? A water extracting farm? Maybe. So I have each, like I said, I have each one of these laid out so that way whenever the Mach 3s comes out, all of the infrastructure is in place and all I have to do is turn on the ones that I need. There will be more rows all the way out across this. I just have not gotten to the point that I need them yet. So since I only have one coal deposit with a miner on it, and it has a Mach 2 on it, I believe, yet. But like I said, it's not hooked up yet. I have these biomass generators over here just to kind of jump start this. But once the coal is burning, it should power itself. But this is here just to get all the water extractors going for a few minutes and the miner going so that it sends everything up. I've got my supports here to run my pipes. Not completely finished with that. It will also house my conveyor belts once I finish that. All of these tall structures here, this is just temporary things where I was using so I could get a good bird's eye view of where I was building. Ignore this down here. This will all change. It's just temporary things so I can make sure things were working correctly. I will take you up to the top floor where all of the coal generators are. It takes forever to get up here because I built it. Don't ask me why I built it so high. I wanted it to look really cool. So here we go. You just got to go all the way up these stairs. I'll eventually build something to get us there faster. I don't know if I'll do hyper tubes. We'll do something though. All right. So, and then it's a little tricky to get up there because I built out over the staircase once I did it. So you just kind of have to go under the corner here and then jump and hope you make it, which, if you're like me, 99% of the time you don't because I am not parkour savvy. Okay, it is what it is. I will break every bone in my body trying to land on a ledge, and we'll do it 100 times. All right, here we go. We're gonna do it this time. Oh, man. I almost made it that time. Oh. Stop. Okay, there we go. Okay. We made it. All right, so up here, this is just a little extra area. I wasn't sure if I was going to use it or not yet, but it's there in case I wanted it. Also gives me room to kind of to move around. Inside here, we have some generators, and this will be closed up and completely closed in at some point. We're just not there yet. My power towers that will strain all the way over there to my home base, I guess you could say. Okay, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 rows of generators. Our water pipes and our coal pipes coming up from the floor below. I have a logistics floor below this. And then we have 2 coal generators that are kind of butted up back to back here. So 1, 2, so it's 4 rows and each row has 2 in it. So this little area right here has 8 coal generators in it. And again, this side has my water pipes, coal pipes. And then we have a second section over here that has another 8 generators. This is set up so that it is ready for a Mach 3. The Mach 1 only needs 4 generators. You can get it to 4 generators. You kind of have to slightly underpower one of them, but it works. Mach 2 will do 8 generators, and then the Mach 3 is 16 generators for a coal miner. So that's the whole setup. Once I'm ready to turn it, see, it's showing that it's burning. I don't think it's actually generating anything. Yeah, see, it's idle. I have these actually turned off. It's just for some reason the animation is still going. Not real sure why. But yeah, all of these they're not running. Just because, like I said, I only have a Mach 2 on it right now. The coal could not possibly supply all of these generators. But there's that. So let's go down to the next floor. Ignore the platform I built so I could get up here because I can't jump. Okay, so here is, and of course, once all of it is finished, I will have an entrance down here where you can get to these floors on the inside and not on the outside. This is, again, temporary. This is just my logistics floor, my coal running in, and then my water pipes running my water that go up into the floor above. Nothing spectacular. It's literally just lines and conveyor belts. And then the next floor, which is down here, which I actually don't. You're just going to have to wing it and kind of parachute our way in here. Okay. This is my backup batteries. And yes, I know that I don't necessarily have to have these. To me, I like having them because it feels like I have prepared something. Like I feel like I've accomplished something because I feel like, oh, look, if there's a power outage, something breaks, I have backup battery power. Will I ever use it? I don't know. But you know what? I feel like I am a very prepared person if it happens. So all of these batteries, power storage, of course, like I said, they're not on. They're not connected. I mean, they're connected to these power lines, but these power lines are not connected to anything. I actually ran out of materials and I need to place one more. And then I actually added another row over here. So I need to come back and build another one. Let me That bothers me because it doesn't match. All right, now we're all concrete. And then, of course, I will come back and actually make all of these concrete as well. As I move along. But yeah, that for the most part, this is the coal generator. Or power plant, I guess you could say coal power plants. Like I said, all of this will change. This was just a temporary trying to make sure all of this up here was functioning correctly. So I just attached things wherever they would fit. Now I'm going back and putting my supports and running things the way that I want them to run actually for the permanent building. Um, let me get out here and let you get a good look at it from this side. So this is what this side of it looks like. Like I said, this will be closed in. I'm going to make the front a little more aesthetically pleasing, I guess you could say. And eventually, I don't know where I will have it come up from. I'm thinking somewhere over here on the other side of the dam that I'm going to build. And I believe the dam would probably just be like a bridge. And then have it come somewhere to the side over here. And then I will have a road that comes up to the power plant. Because I may not all. Eventually, we're going to have refineries, oil refineries, and which will have fuel generators, and then we'll also have nuclear power at some point. So these coal factories here will, or I keep calling them factories. They're not actually producing anything but power. These coal power plants are potentially going to be obsolete at some point, so they may be retrofitted. I'm about to give up. I can't talk today. Retrofitted to produce some type of something. I don't know yet. So I'm going to leave the possibility to have a road come up to it. Don't know if we'll actually use it, but the plan is there in case I want to later. Really, right now, I'm just focusing on unlocking everything and starting to get my little blueprints going so that I can start building my outpost factories and shipping stuff to and from. I'm getting all that automated. So, funny story though. Remember I told you that this crate out here, I was looking for a quartz deposit and I could not find one. And when I finally found one, it was in the middle of like a gas field. And I died several times trying to find it. Turns out that particular quartz mine is underground, like 100 meters underground. And I died so many times trying to find the entrance to the cave to get in there. I eventually just gave up and I was like, oh, I'll just find another. I'll just go to the next closest one. So guess where the next closest one actually ended up being? Oh my God, I did it again. There we go. So after all of the trouble that I went through trying to get to that one quartz deposit that's like way over here in this direction, 100 meters underground, I discovered that the next closest one is actually right down there. Literally, I can jump from this platform right here and parachute and land directly on top of a quartz deposit, which is pretty exciting. Because once I'm ready to build it, I can just come up here to my factory, parachute off, build it out, and then voila, I don't have to run through the gas fields. This thing here, I'm not real sure what this is. It's like some kind of mushroom. They look like hot air balloons. Can I jump on it? Oh, turns out, possibly. I don't know. I couldn't land on it because, again, we're not parkour champions. But anyway, that is the gist of the coal power plant. And that, like I said, this is the first permanent structure that I'm building. More will come. We're just spending all the time unlocking everything. I need to unlock glass walls and my patterns for my roads and then start building out the roads. And it's just a lot of letting the game run and build me up some resources that I need. I know where the quartz is. I know where the caterium is. I know where the oil refinery is, and I have unlocked it to the point that I can go do that. But I would like to get the coal factory up and running really and make it really functional before I move on to the oil refinery. So maybe by next week's video, I might have all that done and the coal refinery. Um, Apparently, I'm going to go spend a lot more time collecting more foliage for my a biomass farm over here. Um, it is very nifty that this thing is so far up in the air because I can literally parachute and it's like the perfect distance because if I jump off from up there and just parachute straight, it lands me perfectly at the hub. Um, was that intentional? No, but it is a happy little mistake, as Bob Ross would say. We like happy little mistakes. But yeah, that's it. This is home base for now because of all the iron nodes, the copper nodes, limestone, and we got the foundry going over here. For now, I'm just going to spend the next week trying to get everything unlocked and building my roads, and I should hopefully have a better update for you guys next week. Also, if you haven't been paying attention to the shorts that I've been posting, I have a 3D printer, and I've been doing some neat little time lapses of 3D printing, just little figures, little things that I just something to do in my downtime while I'm waiting on, you know, 500 encased industrial beams to be made. I'll just 3D print something. It's actually going on the table behind me now. So if you hear weird noises, that is the 3D printer. So some cool things going on there too. But other than that, that's all I have for you guys this week. It's just a little chaotic mess that I'm playing with, and we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. So, but thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys like the video. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you're not already, please consider subscribing. Helps more than you know, and it's free. We'll be posting more videos like this and trying to get our mega factory going. So until next week, I'll see you guys later. Oh, and remember, it's just a gen thing.